In the biblical Judean desert, where the Jewish prophets walked thousands of years before our time, and where Jesus was present more than 2,000 years ago, an ancient monastery was built into the rocks, hidden from passing by travelers on the road from Jericho to Jerusalem. The Monastery of St. George is one of the most striking sights of the Holy Land. The monastery's picturesque setting is in a deep and narrow gorge called Wadi Kelt, in a cliff face pocked with caves and recesses that have offered habitation to monks and hermits for many centuries. St. George Monastery was built in the year 480 and destroyed by the Persians in the year 614. The Crusaders once made an attempt to rebuild it, but abandoned it again. Only in 1878, a Greek monk started to restore St. George and finished it in 1901. Wadi Kelt winds deep and tortuous for 35 kilometers between Jerusalem and Jericho, for most of the way providing a route for the Roman road on which Jesus set the parable of the Good Samaritan. The Judean desert, with its biblical background, is one of the most unique desert regions. It descends from Jerusalem to the Dead Sea, the lowest point on Earth, at 400 meters below sea level, and is rich of history and fascinating geography and geology. The Judean desert is a rock desert characterized by a large number of wadis cutting through the rock, and still inhabited by Bedouin tribes. The biggest of the many ancient monasteries in the Judean desert is Marsaba. The off-road trail to Marsaba winds through the majestic Kidron Valley, which in spring is green and during the hot summer month almost without vegetation. Kidron Valley is the valley on the eastern side of the old city of Jerusalem, separating the Temple Mount from the Mount of Olives. It continues east through the Judean desert towards the Dead Sea by descending 1,200 meters along its 30-kilometer course. Marsaba is among the most ancient and wondrous desert monasteries in the Holy Land. The monastery has been continuously inhabited since its founding in the 5th century. Despite the fact that Marsaba is reputed to have had a long tradition of hospitality to strangers, women have never been allowed to enter up to this day. The immense and spectacular monastery built into the rock overlooking the Kidron River, with its griddle of walls and towers, is a thrilling shock when it suddenly comes into view in the midst of this desert land. The monastery offers fantastic views over the Kidron Valley and the maze of cells, stairs, hallways, and churches literally wrapped around its central courtyard. From here, a small footpath leads towards the Dead Sea across dry and barren land, alive with millennia of history. When your feet stand in the sand of the Judean desert, you can almost feel the powerful history and imagine the patriarchs who might have stood on the same spot where your feet now stand.